Has anyone ever fallen out of the loop before? Good. Has anyone ever felt that maybe if a friend would have reached out to them, they could have kept more up to date with what was going on? Exactly. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're trying to keep India in the loop with everything that's going on in the logistics industry and how we can help them. So I'm Callahan, and presenting with me today, I have Katie, James, and Xavier. So let's take a dive into our agenda and take a quick look at what we're going to be covering today. So first off, we're going to reintroduce you to our firm and our product. We're going to go over the region that we selected. Then we're going to lay out the target market criteria. And then from there, we're going to dive into our segments and our target market. From there, we're going to give you our kind of positioning and our objective for what we want to do for India. And then we're going to dive into our pricing strategy, our IMC, and our Salesforce nationality. And then lastly, we're going to wrap it all up together, give you a few key takeaways, make sense of everything that we've presented, and then we're going to go ahead and dive into question and response and respond to any questions you might have. So let's take a look at our firm again. So remember, we are Union Pacific. Well, kind of. You see, Union Pacific took 4 subsidiaries just about a year ago and combined them into a new company called Loop. And Loop, basically what they do is they handle all of the logistics for Union Pacific. And what that means is they help goods get from point A to point B. So there's not really a physical product that we're concerned with here. It's more of a service. So think of it as that we're offering logistics expertise. And that's what we want to do for India. So think of it, if you need to, in a physical sense or a physical product, as like a physical network. Basically, we are helping firms and companies get their goods and products from door to door as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. So then a quick kind of recap of India and the industry that we're going into. So we're really targeting the railway industry, and India has the 3rd largest railway industry. Over 60% of the revenue that comes from the railway industry comes from freight, which is exactly what we are concerned with. They are experiencing a 12% growth right now, which is a huge financial incentive for us to look at expanding into India. And another incentive is there are major government initiatives to kind of help build up the railway and to make it easier for companies to transport their goods along the railway system. So then also looking a little bit more at India on the cultural aspect, here's a quick overview of the Hofstede insights between the United States and India. The major one that we're concerned with here is individualism and that gap there. And that kind of leads to a low context culture, but with high context features. And that kind of stems from how India is really growing as a nation and developing, and more businesses coming in, and there's a lot of entrepreneurship kind of getting injected into the economic system, and that's really kind of pushed it to those high context features, which also kind of leads into it being more of a polychronic system and not necessarily a monochronic system. So then now our target market criteria. Basically what we're looking for in our ideal consumer is that they are a company who deals with large volumes. They are an established company in an established industry. They're willing to pay a premium for our services, because when we step into this, we're going to take a very specific pricing strategy. And also they're open to innovation potential. That's something that we can offer, given our logistics expertise. We want them to be open to that. And then lastly, they want to take that openness and also be willing to adapt to our processes. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Katie, and she's going to talk about our segments and a little bit more about our target market.
Thanks, Cal. Now we're going to move into segmenting our market. Segmentation is a process of categorizing groups into common identifiable characteristics. And so we chose 3 different companies in India to divide into groups. Our first segmentation group is a company that transports gems and other precious metals. This company is very well established focuses on the railway transportation and accounts for 14% of India's exports, showing that they are very well established. This also shows that they are looking for new ways of innovation and are willing to pay a premium because they dominate their market. Our second segmented group is a company that transports mineral fuels. This includes petroleum, oils, coal, and other mineral fuels. This is India's second most valuable shipment and is a very well-established industry as well. However, it has slightly decreased since 2015, but is still a dominating market, which shows that there is potential to grow. Company number 3 is a company that transports machinery. This includes anything from computers, technology parts, and vehicles. This is also India's third largest export industry, and it has increased 4.9% since last year. It does handle a variety of products and has multiple suppliers and retailers. However, since it is constantly keeping up to date on technology and is always using other products, this also shows that they have new ways for innovation. Based off our predetermined criteria that Cal defined earlier, which includes having an established industry, an ability to pay a premium, innovation potential, and willingness to adapt to our processes, we decided to target company number 1 because we overall wanted a company that was looking for growth, are willing to pay a premium, mainly for our superior logistics services that we are able to provide through Loop. Now, James will discuss our positioning and pricing objectives.
Thanks, Katie. So as we mentioned, our target segment is focused on information services for larger businesses in India. This is because Loop is a business-to-business company, and we feel that we can make the largest impact by targeting larger clients. Our positioning strategy is that we want to be established in the region as knowledgeable, experts in the field, and provide any logistical solution to our customers. But first, what is positioning? Positioning refers to the differentiation a brand develops in consumer minds in relation to competitors. This is in terms of attributes and benefits that the brand offers to their customers. Loop's position is that we want to be knowledgeable about foreign and local logistic techniques, experts in the trade, negotiation, planning, and developing industries, and want to provide business-to-business solutions to any logistical problem a company might have. By achieving these positioning goals, we will be able to help promote our company name and product throughout India. Next, Loop's main objective and purpose for providing services in India is to develop, achieve, and surpass financial goals set by management and our partnering companies. We want to be able to analyze the ROI and decide which companies are performing up to standards. After the analysis, we want to design accurate and recognizable solutions for these companies. With these solutions, we hope to provide services that will grow India's business market and increase economic growth. So what makes a smart financial goal? These goals must be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound to achieve financial success. For Loop's pricing strategy, we decided to use a price skimming technique. This is a product pricing strategy by which a firm charges the highest initial price that customers will pay. We believe Loop will succeed with this pricing strategy because of our positioning and ability to target a variety of expanding markets in India. As we grow our presence in India, so will our ability to provide superior logistical services to all companies attempting to enter the Indian market. Next up, we have Xavier who will talk a little bit about IMC and why it is important for Loop's marketing plan.
Thanks, James. So Integrated Marketing Communications, or IMC, is an approach that values integration and coordination of a company's marketing communication strategy. One aspect of this approach is advertising. Some critical factors in India's media environment include the lack of cable television and the fact that only about 4 million Indians currently subscribe to an internet service. However, print media is very common, cheap, and accessible in India. Therefore, Loop will place ads in business, press, newspapers in India to target our market. So in addition, Loop will follow a pattern advertising technique which calls for developing a basic communication concept while developing other elements or adapting other elements as required for individual markets. Loop's basic concept is to promote its portfolio of logistics services and business solutions to help customers optimize performance. However, we will adapt our solutions and business services to the different business environments within India's logistics and transportation industry. So since Loop is targeting this industry, which relies heavily on information and data, we must use rational appeals, which depend on logic and really speak to the consumer's intellect. They are based on the need or the customer's need for information. And what our target market needs are logistics management systems, and we are to inform them of our capabilities to generate business solutions that will solve their logistics inefficiencies. Now, in terms of sales promotion, Loop will offer to potential consumers a no-cost trial subscription to its online software tools in hopes of turning them into loyal consumers. And with regards to publicity and public relations, we will release newsletters and business press to keep the market up to date on our performance, as well as any advances in software or technology, in order to uphold our image of this knowledgeable experts in our field. Next, upon entering the market, Loop will use expatriates to promote its services. We need people with superior knowledge of our services and are proficient in using Loop's software and technology in order to design the best solutions fit for our consumers. However, in the long run, we will consider transitioning to using host country nationals, not only because it makes economic sense, but they also have superior knowledge of the local markets and the local markets and business environments, as well as the culture, which we believe will enable Loop to expand into these emerging markets. And I'll now send it back to Cal, who will give us a recap.
So just doing a quick summary now, we reintroduced you into our company, Loop, and the fact that we are logistics experts. We took a look at our product, which is more of a service. We did a recap of our region, India, and the unique advantages that it has for us taking a company like Loop there. And then I kind of set the target market criteria up for us and what we were looking for. Katie dove into our different segments, and then also specifically our target consumer, which is going to be someone in the gem industry. They're going to provide a really unique opportunity for us to deliver some value to them. And then we looked at the kind of positioning and the objective, which James dove into. And that positioning is really focusing on kind of financial goals and return on investment. And then we're going to use that pricing strategy of skimming to kind of achieve those financial goals. Then lastly, Xavier dove into our integrated marketing communication, and also dove in a little bit deeper into our Salesforce nationality and the fact that we're going to use expatriates to kind of help us connect to our consumer and bring as much value as we can. With that, that concludes our presentation. Please leave any questions that you might have in the comments, and we'll be sure to respond to them as quickly as possible. Those questions can be anything with the logistics industry, maybe specifically our company Loop, and also anything you want to know about India. You might be able to tell from this photo that I've actually been to India, so any recommendations on things to see, please ask, and we'll definitely respond to them. Thank you.